Hello, everybody. It is me, Pacific. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm eating my dinner. Check this out. Pork chop, green beans, and potatoes. Maybe I should chew with my mouth open. Been a very interesting morning. As I was at work today, I wrestled all day as to what to do. And I've decided, do what Pacific does best, confront it head on. Number one, if you guys remember, I did a video a long time ago saying that all these trolls that mock, laugh, get off on evil, lie, make up stuff. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about things that my viewers have presented to me. I'm going to state my opinions, and I'm going to state some facts. We're not going to go on and on with this. We're going to be doing something different with my channel. But let me start from the back first. I did put a video up there this morning saying I'm ending my channel. I did that on purpose, and the intent was to go away for 3 weeks and then, boom, come back. Just to have everybody go, oh, what happened? And make the trolls go away. I also did it because I was monitoring somebody else's channel, Encyclopedia Dramatica. As soon as I put it up, he posts it. As soon as I take it down, he says he took it down. I thought, yep, he's up same time I am. He's waiting for my reaction. Lore Master, I have found out, is none other than the old former Minner people. One and the same. Let's talk about lying. Lore Master last summer said he's defending his friend Minner people. Then we find out that he was Minner people. Interesting sleight of hand. It was brought to my attention this year that Lore Master made a video claiming that he had become a Christian, and he did it as an experiment, and it was all a lie. That being said, Pacific has always told the truth. This man lies. But he posted a site, and I'm not going to post it here. I did contact the police this morning, sent an email to dispatch, talked to Robert, and talked to an officer this morning, and it was very interesting. The officer told me what they can and cannot do. Posting addresses, she said, that gets into some serious problems. I noticed he removed the address. Good thing. But I went by the people who owned that place, found where it was, and said, you might want to be aware that they're claiming that I live at this address and I don't, and you just might want to be aware of that. And I gave them the link to this page, and they pulled it up on their computer, and they said, wow, this looks like something a troubled teenager would write. I said, yeah. The police department out here said the same thing. This is disturbing. How old are these guys? I said, I believe they're in their 20s. They said, wow, this is mature. I said, yep. I'm not going to get in here and defend myself. I looked at Lore Master's scuzzy site. My friend from Yugoslavia was accused by Find Peace of building that site herself. Unbelievable. Between Find Peace and Lore Master, the sun's setting and shining the wrong direction right now. You got a 20-something-year-old guy, and who knows what Find Peace is, but then it was brought to my attention today that Find Peace is none other than Christian Advisor. That's not something I'm making up. I don't know if that's true. I can't verify it. But it's very interesting that if you scroll down on Lore Master's disgusting, childish, satanically evil page, and you start following the different links, there's people with cut-up fingers and all kinds of skulls and crossbones. And some people even said that, boy, this sounds a lot like the kid your son was hanging around with. Thank God my son quit hanging around him. Wise choice, son. And it suddenly dawned on me today that Lore Master's doing the very thing I've talked about. Mocking, laughing, ridiculing. And he stated specifically, and then you can connect him to Banned User, who said, we will not stop until Pacific Ocean Asia's channel goes away. Said the same thing on his Lore Master's page. Banned User, Lore Master? Perhaps. Then all of a sudden the spider web gets bigger. Josiah Coleman starts defending Find Peace. Instead of coming to me and confronting me as a brother, likes his video, subs his channel. And then other people start writing me and start saying, well, you know, she's a nice woman. You shouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. And I said, oh, no. There's a spider web going on here. Now, I'm not going to link Deshaya with Lore Master and all of them. But I think it's funny that we have Christians on one side and we have rank unbelievers on the other, and they're both pretty much acting the same way, with some minor differences. Find Peace is running around accusing everybody and talking very rudely to my women friends, Venus Star, of which Loremaster attacked her. And Loremaster, unfortunately, doesn't seem to realize that green beans are good. Venus Star is an exemplary woman, and it got a whole lot more intellect than her. But let's talk about the accusations that Loremaster made on his page, talking about my fans in very graphic, profane language. All through Loremaster's site, there was stuff like Pacific needs to have a penis up his ass, a dick up his butt, stuff like that. And I thought, boy, this is a lot like something that went on back in January with the 20-something-year-old satanically infested buddies that were hanging around and trying to prey on my son. And if you follow the links even further, an innuendo was made that I touched my son. Do I need to bring my son on the video to verify that never happened? He'll be the first to tell you I've never made advances on him. In fact, my son has gotten mad at me when I've said anything against the gay thing. No, I haven't made advances on my son. I don't make advances on little boys. I don't make advances on men at all, ever. Me admitting things, and it all lines up because men or people like to talk about masturbation. And I wanted to say a couple things. Loremaster also wanted to say that all the women on my site were fugly, fat, and ugly, and nobody would even F them. And then I see a video of his where he's saying he's 350 pounds, and I looked at him and he's gained a tremendous amount of weight since last summer. And I thought, whoa. Talked to the attorney secretary today, and I found out through the police and my attorney secretary, and I said, he doesn't have to get back to me today. He can get back to me because he's busy. And here's what I found out. Because I have a channel, people have the freedom of speech, because they can hide behind an opinion and everything. Where the thing draws a line is when they start making threats or calling out threats. I did mention that he said right on the site, give this guy a hard time, he deserves it. But he linked it to my YouTube channel. Loremaster's intentions are obvious. He will stop at nothing to bring my channel down. That being said, this guy has no peace, just like Find Peace has no peace, that something bothers him, that in his life, there's something wrong here. And I'll tell you why. There's channels out there I don't like, but I don't live for the day when they're pulled down. I go on about my life. Somebody wrote me today and said he doesn't have a job. I saw in one video where he was saying, oh, a lot of things going on. I got a promotion. So I don't know if he has a job or not. I can't say that. Other people wrote me and said, clearly Loremaster's on drugs. He's deranged. This stuff is satanic. My friend from Yugoslavia perused over her site and said, this is absolutely yucky and horrible. And she said, it's so baseless and untrue that they would even take the time to make this kind of crap. I agree. I think it's interesting that 1 year from last year, and I did take down the MGTOW videos. I didn't even bother to select. I just went 30 videos at a time. Delete, delete, delete. And I was going to go all the way back to Hong Kong and leave all the Hong Kong stuff. And I thought, no, that's a good stopping point. And it's not because I have anything to hide. I did that this morning before I went to work because I thought, number one, I'm going to stop this ongoing drama with Find Peace and all the garbage. We're going to stop that right now. Pacific has decided from now till further notice, we're going to disable comments for every video. Because those that are my real fans know how to get a hold of me, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. We have accepted the fact that people have the right to make sites and do whatever they can, and they don't even have to be honest. That if you want to sue somebody for slander, you have to take it to a civil suit, and it gets sticky when it crosses state lines. However, the police inform me that when you make racial statements and you make statements condemning somebody, saying they're perverted, implying that they're homosexual and stuff like that, she said, it depends. But a good attorney could fight them and could subpoena them in their state and go after them. But it gets sticky. Let me tell you, I was talking to my coworker today, informed him of what was going on. He's 67 years old. He's an Italian guy. And he said, the SHIT that goes on the internet is unbelievable, Pacific. He said, it's a place for people to hide. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about the manliness of Loremaster. Comments were made because I'm a bus driver, I'm stupid, don't have a right to talk. All of a sudden, when you read his site and you start perusing through it, you start going, shoot, this person made this comment, this. Then you look deeper into his site and you find all these IDs and they're horrible, hideous, the kind of stuff I'd see in a chat room. The little chat gangsters that would come in. And I thought, how old is Loremaster? And I thought, I don't know, but he's running around with a ghetto mentality. No, he got his channel shut down last year because he made accusatory comments. He's not getting on YouTube anymore doing that because he doesn't want to risk getting his videos pulled. Wise choice. So now he goes to a site in Sweden, of course, which Sweden is just allows everything. And we're going to get out of this mode. And I thought, isn't that funny? I wanted to make a statement. I am human. Loremaster is not the kind of a guy that I could stand up face to face and have any kind of a reasonable, intelligent conversation with. His vitriolic hatred, his vitriolic rage, his lying, his slander, his false accusations, his innuendo, his sexual and profanity laced all through the site, saying that my parents were on drugs, and on it goes. That we live in an American society where it's okay to talk like that. But if a Christian goes up and tells a homosexual that their lifestyle's sin and they're offended by it, you could get fired at your job. Amazing. The American media has been lying to us for years. They've been telling us it's okay to use the press to malign, to spin, and Americans are following suit. Let's talk about Loremaster's accusation. Notice a pattern here as he puts words over my videos. He says, I put down women, that I must be homosexual because I'm so speaking out against, and he calls me a faggot, calls me a nigger. I hope every black viewer of mine will get on that and let him have it, verbally, with their comments. I hope that every viewer will get on there and tell him that this is disgusting, unethical, and wrong. But it won't do any good. Because as my friend in Yugoslavia said, you're dealing with some satanically infested individuals. And they will laugh. They will drink their beer tonight and go, like demons. We know that. We know that. I live in Denver. I know what goes on in this big world. What is sad, though, is that Loremaster fails to realize is that God is, he says that God will hold me accountable and stuff. God is going to hold him accountable, and he'll have all hell to think about that, all eternity in hell to think about it. Some of my fans have written me saying, it doesn't pay to be honest. And I said, no, I disagree. Loremaster would crucify Jesus Christ if Jesus Christ were to walk this earth right now. I promise you. Not because I'm Jesus Christ. I'm not. And I don't think that I am. I believe in him. But Loremaster and his cronies would crucify the Son of God themselves. How do I know? By the way he's attacking me. Let's go over to Find Peace real quick. Find Peace is attacking my women friends. Please note that, Bashaya. He's attacking Venus Star, a black woman, who's a godly woman. Have you had any words with him about that yet? Have you defended your Christian sister from another country? I don't think so. There's a common theme here. And it's like the old war poster, sink the Pacific. And what I'm seriously thinking about doing is actually getting somebody to help me form my own blog and my own website so I can load my own stuff and I can control who gets on it. That might be the best thing to do. Because when Loremaster accuses all the women on my channel, and I'm not even going to take the time to start sharing woman after woman that has personally talked to me, that has sent me their photos that are slender, attractive, good-looking, long black hair, great hygiene. I take one look at Loremaster's image on his video, and I think, boy, you've gone to pot in the last year, haven't you, buddy? It's also been told to me there were people that were in his camp that defected from his camp, and this started happening last summer. People said, please don't mention my name, but I used to be friends with Loremaster. He had a girlfriend. She dumped him, and he got real butthurt over it, and he drinks and has an alcohol problem. And there were people writing me, and I didn't go public with that. Did not. Loremaster's operating off of drama and innuendo and lying, and it's disgusting. Most of what he posted on Encyclopedia Satanica was stuff that he had gotten from my videos. No brainer there. The other stuff, he simply did a Google search. No brainer there. The police department told me, the lady says, I have the site up. I'm looking at it. And she said, the address is not in there. I said, yeah, he got rid of it then. And I pulled it up and I said, yep, he got rid of it. She goes, well, that's good. She goes, there's nothing I can do about the stuff he's saying. She goes, this is disturbing and quite ridiculous. And she said, this is just awful stuff. But she said, there's nothing we can do at that point. But she said, you can definitely talk to the people at the address and they could file a complaint if they start getting any kind of feedback from any of this. Then they can definitely do something and we can definitely get involved. Wise choice, Loremaster, for removing that address. And I've never, ever lived at that address. I have no idea why you would think that was my address. So, what your intentions are nothing short of evil, childish, that you focus on me inordinately. You said last summer that you were not going to stop until you pulled all my viewers away. Interestingly enough, you've pulled some away, but not all of them. I didn't know that this was a competition. For me, it never was. It's a diary. It's a dialogue of my life, my experiences. You say that there's a pattern of me putting down women, but I've seen you do it in every other video of yours. MGTOW, 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 and you slam women. Damn. It is my personal opinion that I don't think you'd have an easy time getting a girlfriend at all. Judging by your appearance, judging by the way you look, I don't know who would go out with you. But I can guarantee you that the pretty slender ladies that talk to me that you call fugly and you've never seen their pictures, they wouldn't date you at all if you were the last man on the planet. I don't need my fans to defend me. You got all your little demonic buddies that are running around like a bunch of devil worshippers when I was in Prescott High School. You know, the guys that went and sacrificed goats' heads. By the way, somebody found that if you dig deeper into your site and all the stuff, and the Encyclopedia Satanica, it really is what it is. I call it Satanica because I started looking, and it's just a site for malcontents and losers. I want to comment on me being a school bus driver. It's a job. I don't think I'm hot stuff because I drive a bus. Right now I drive tractors, semi-trucks, and I like it. And you know what? I work hard. And I'm proud of what I do. And I tell my viewers all the time, be proud of what you do, whatever it is. I don't care if it's cleaning toilets. I don't care if it's working in a restaurant. The thing that disturbs me about you, Lore Masters, you're childish, you're immature, and you've got a fixation on me, and all your trolls that follow you have a fixation on me. Do you know what that tells me, just from a logical basis, that if I were to pull you and all your clowns into court, that any reasonable judge would look at you and say, obviously you guys have no life that you keep dogging this guy. And I would agree with that. You just keep going and going and going and going and going, and you have a determination to get rid of me. Be very careful, because that could consume you, and then you could get in trouble with the law. And you're very, very close right now. Very, very close. I'm not done yet. You can laugh. Oh, he's going to sue us. I'm going to tell you something, Lore Master. You're not a man. You're childish. And you haven't grown up. Somebody said you made a video apologizing to me. I never saw that video. Never was made aware of it until after the fact, and then I was told it was taken down. That was a long time ago. When I'd heard you become a Christian, I don't know if you heard my talk on that. I said, wow, that's awesome. And I said, I forgive him whatever he does. It's summer, and you're back with a vengeance. With a nasty, ugly, garbage, low-class sewer rat site. And as I was reflecting today, as I was moving trucks and driving across the city and delivering trucks and jump-starting trucks and installing batteries, I thought, you know what? This is a disturbed individual. This is an individual who has gotten very mad at the things I've said in my video, and he's fixated on them because the things I say really bother him, which tells me I'm getting to him. You think you're going to shut down the Superliner? God will shut me down when he's ready, not you. Let me make that clear. Be careful the stuff you're saying in secret. Be careful the threats you're making when the camera's off. Because I'm going to tell you something. You're hanging around a bunch of people that you keep fostering this hate and stuff. One of you all is going to act on it, and you'll be in a federal pen. You got me, big boy? I'm going to tell you something, young man. I may be a small guy, and you like to pick on my looks and stuff, and I'm going to tell you something. All this talk about me being homosexual and a faggot and all this other stuff, man, that sun is intense, is just unwarranted. And it blows me away. It blows me away because your fixation on my looks, your commenting on my looks, your troll buddies, cronies commenting on my looks, I find it interesting. You don't see me sitting here commenting on men. The only time you'll hear me commenting on men is when I look at these women who put me and nice guys down, and I see the geeks that they date. I'm like, you got to be kidding. I hate to burst your bubble, dude. I don't expect you to think I'm good looking. Because if you did, I'd think you were queer, which you've accused me of. You've accused me of inappropriate relations with my son. You referred to my ex-wife as my first bitch and referred to somebody else as my second bitch. You attacked Maharani on your video. You're really a man, aren't you? Attacking Maharani. Wow. She never attacked you. Ever. Venus Star never attacked you. So putting all this together, dawned on me, you're not a Christian, you're in darkness, and you're being controlled by Satan. And it bothers you when I say that. Oh, you'll laugh and mock, but deep down inside it angers you. You don't like it that I'm alive. You don't like it that I speak, and you don't like it that I continue. I have never threatened you. I have never maligned you. I've never lied about you. You lie. You said men are people as your friend. Then all of a sudden, men are people went away. You lied and said you, as men are people, that you took all the videos down. And I actually found out that they were removed because of the content of what you were saying about me. And you didn't learn from that. You went on a twisted satanic site in Sweden. Sweden is about as liberal as you get. The site, by the way, since Encyclopedia Satanica is nothing but low-class trash, Dramatica means you can lie and you can post anything you want, and the site doesn't give a crap. That's nice. Real ethical site to have up there, right? So you can hide in Sweden. You can hide in all that. Why don't you move over there? You fit right in, buddy. I have a right to comment on my country. I have a right to comment on the women in this country. I have a right to comment on homosexuality. You're the one calling me faggot, and you also referred to YouTube as JewTube. Ah, now we're getting closer to what your problem is. You hate Jewish people, so you're anti-Semitic. You hate black people because you call me nigger ass all the time. Do I need to pull my pants down for you to show that it's as white as my stomach right here? Yeah, black, huh? And even if it was, you got a problem? You got a problem with black people? Why don't you come here to Denver and walk around and sling that word around, big doughboy, and we'll let the black community deal with you and show you the door. I know some people that are my friends that would definitely like to work you over. You think I'm joking around? It's easy for you to hide behind a monitor, and it's easy for you to gain more weight and say you're 350 pounds and mouth off and talk like you're a tough guy. I never hear about your job. I never hear about any accomplishments in your life. It's always MGTOW. It's always hating of women, and it's always attacking Pacific. Me, I talk about all kinds of things. You want to focus on my admissions of sins and weaknesses. You have a real fixation on that one. You like to make implications. You like to spin doctor. And you and Find Peace and all these other people fit right in with each other. You're all one and the same. When I said I was going to take legal action, I will take legal action as far as I can do so. But I also realize that the laws in this country with internet and with speech is kind of nebulous. But you have showed true racism. Pacific has not showed racism at all. You have showed homophobicness by calling me faggot, queer, calling me all kinds of derogatory things when I'm none of those things. And I start to wonder, I wonder if you've ever had same-sex desires, because I find it very hard to believe that any girl would want to date a guy like you right now. Because with all due respect, dude, a lot of people date an overweight woman, but not a lot of women will date an overweight man. You're a piece of work, man. You're a piece of work. You're rude. You're crude. Your mouth is fouler than mine is, and boy, I can cuss like a sailor. You're awful. Attacking my female viewers, calling my friends, my fans, assholes. Wow. I wonder, Mr. Lore Master, if you showed up with all my male fans, if you'd call them assholes to their face. I bet you wouldn't, doughboy. I bet you wouldn't. I learned a lot about free speech today. And you threaten. And you make veiled threats. I don't. You sit there behind your computer and you feel brave. Just like these morons in their SUV feel big in their 4,000-pound piece of crap. You feel brave behind your computer because nobody can touch you. But I know one thing. You wouldn't come up and start talking that bitch ass talk to other people. You called me a disgusting human being that I need to go. Terrible person of humanity. I read the crap you write. I read the crap you posted. Now, one of my faithful fans saw that site. I've had to tell everybody I'm not responding to emails today. My inbox has been just jammed. I got a 25-year-old Yugoslavian lady friend who's got more maturity than you, and she's beautiful. Yep. And she's been watching your site. And she said it's just disgusting. She said, I'm going to pray for you. She's going to pray for you that God would deal with you. And she's going to pray for me that God would give me his peace in the midst of all this crapola that all of you are dishing out. And for the record, I'm not going to go on and on about this. I did it last summer when I dealt with the whole MGTOW thing. Then it dawned on me. One of the biggest engines behind your impetus to be against me is simple. You don't like the fact that I've got 3,000 subscribers, and all I have to do is look back to last year when you were defending men or people. That was a nice little lie, by the way. Please tell the audience you lied and played a little game there, misled everybody. Pacific has changed his ID, but I'm still on the video all the time, and it's always got Pacific in it. But you're jealous of the fact that people listen to me. That bothers you. You even said, man, you've got how many subscribers and Men or People only has this many? I didn't know you were talking about yourself. Sounds like somebody's butthurt over that. This isn't a competition, Lore Master. I've tried to reason with you. You're not a reasonable human being. You're very immature. Why don't you read over your site? Why don't you go show that to the pastor of a church? Why don't you go show that to a professor of a university? Why don't you show that to your boss? Go show that to a police officer. Go show that to anybody who's an adult and in authority and see if they give you a, yeah, that's awesome, man. Do you know what that site reminds me of? The real dark students that I've had in junior high. The ones that wear the little beastie shirts and got all the scratches all over their face and the whole devil look. That's all it reminds me of. It's time to grow up, Lore Master, and enter a real man's world. You're darn right I got mad. I'm a human being. You want me to play the American game and go, haha, that doesn't bother me. It bothers me that humans can sink to such a low level and be so utterly rude. What did Pacific do to Lore Master? Nothing. Lore Master came out of nowhere as Men or People and mounted an attack on me. Fired the first salvos after I did a video defending MGTOW when they were under fire. I'm like, what is this guy turning on me for? He always focuses on this. He always does this. Blah, 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 blah. Wow. You got issues, dude. And I'm going to say the same thing I said last summer. My fans, listen to me. I don't want to hear about any more links to his tripe and garbage. I don't. There's a lot of trolls on the internet. A whole lot of trolls. Lore Master is one among millions. Trolls are motivated by Satan. Trolls are motivated by their hatred. Trolls are motivated by their discontentment. They're not happy in their own personal life, so they get on the internet and they just sit there and type crap and make hate pages. Lore Master, according to the woman from Yugoslavia, showed me that Lore Master is sided up with some Nazi guy. Gee, no wonder he hates Jews and hates black people. Does Lore Master think he's the Aryan, blonde-haired, blue-eyed race? You better go on a diet. You're right, Lore Master. I do have my problems. But you got a lot more than me, buddy. A whole lot more than me. You might want to shave your face. You might want to get on a diet program. You might want to work out at the gym. You might want to get a job if you don't have one. And you might want to get a life. I'm going to tell you again, if you don't like my channel, Why do you go here? Why do you keep staying here? You have a fixation. You accuse me of being homosexual. But many of my viewers wrote me and said, I wonder if he's upset because you didn't come on to him. Who knows? I don't even want to entertain that one. Gross. I'm going to tell you something, because you make reference over and over in your site that maybe Pacific would change if he got a dick in his ass. Really? You said that over and over. You got a fascination with penis butts, don't you? Boy, that sounds an awful lot like somebody else I once knew. And it wasn't my friend. And he gets fired from job to job, gets kicked out of apartment after apartment. Maybe that's the kind of people you're hanging around with. It's hard to soar with wings of eagles when you're running around with a bunch of turkeys. Yep, you get me? Sorry, ladies. I couldn't resist that one. I don't think I'm all that. But I can safely deduce some things. This guy has a fixation on me. Why? Why does he keep watching every video? Downloading them, copying them, and saving them. That's messed up. I don't download your videos. I don't save them. Somebody showed me your channel this morning. I didn't even know you had one anymore. Loremaster8953, everybody. Go tune in and watch his tribe. It's quite a waste of time. But enjoy. There was one video I watched of yours that I actually liked. That was a while ago. I can't remember what it was about. But it was actually intelligent. But all people have to do is go on this site of yours, Loremaster, and see what you've done. How utterly immature, sleazy, disgusting, profane. I mean, I can't even believe that you're getting entertainment from that. You can say you don't believe in a God. Go ahead, but I know there's a Satan by the way you're acting. You're playing right into his hands, buddy. You know, I was thinking today, Loremaster, I wish you could come to work with me for a day. I wish you could ride along with me, see what I do. I wish you could step into my world once. I don't think you have the capacity to do that. I was thinking, wouldn't it be neat if Loremaster could quit all his crap and meet me face to face and get this trip out of his head? But you're not capable of that. I'm revealing something about my own heart, Loremaster, that you may not be aware of. That even though you've been a complete jerk, that I would still forgive you if you actually apologized, if you actually came down to earth and got off of this childish thing that you're doing. It's sad. It's sad. I'm not vindictive. But yeah, I got mad when I saw the site. I thought, you've got to be kidding me. The blog you made is a toilet bowl. It is a complete toilet bowl. Between you and Fine Peace with your fixation of going back and forth, a zealous Christian who believes in crazy doctrine, and you, I'm not sure what you believe in, but you have a theme of MGTOW, anti-women, and you like to point out that I'm anti-women. Most of the people I interact with, personally, are women. You make accusations, broad sweeping accusations that just aren't true. I have a problem with the cultural mentality of a lot of women today. And I talk about that, but you're not intelligent enough to pick that up. You're running around in your underwear, sir. And that's not a sight I want to see. You want to put down my looks. Nothing new. I don't know what it is about American males putting down my looks. I don't sit there and do that. When I see another man walk by, I don't think, oh gosh, he's ugly. What I've started doing in the last few years, when I look at women who are rejecting us nice guys, and I look at the guys they have, I'm like, well, he's not GQ. What's going on here? And then it dawns on me, it's the money, stupid. You want to comment on my net? I like this. You call these anal beads? Let me show you these, buddy. Anal beads. Those aren't beads. I hate to inform you. That's a chain. Do you hear that? You know, there's something wrong with you. I've never taken anything and done this. Never. You might like that crap. You might enjoy that. But I don't. So could you tell our audience what anal beads are? And I'm being facetious. I don't even want to know, even if you make some stupid video. Keep building on your site. Keep updating it. I'm done looking. And fans, don't tell me. It's retarded. The whole thing is retarded. You know, I get more compliments by the Hispanic community, men and women. The other day, very hot Hispanic woman, when I came into business, she goes, I like your chain, man. I said, thank you. She goes, that's cool. If you don't like it, that's your business. But anal beads? Boy, you are a sewer rat, aren't you? You sink to the level of a sewer. Did you have a fascination with butt and penis and toilet when you were a kid? You talk about me coming from a non-traditional, non-normal family home. Watching the way you're behaving, I can pretty much guarantee you 100% that your mom and dad are really jacked up people. I'd like to meet them. Because if they are nice people, I'd love to sit down and talk to them. Say, you ought to see what your son's doing on the internet. Unbelievable. Would you want your boss to see this? Unless your boss is just like you. That could be. Seems to me the way you're acting, that's probably the only kind of job you can get is with people like that. But I don't know. Maybe you live a double life. I don't. The comment has been made. Actually, Pacific being Pacific. How would you like it if we found your address and posted it? And that wasn't my address. Believe me, far from it, buddy. I don't know if you've noticed, but Google can't even keep up with me anymore. Doesn't even have my address in Washington, doesn't have my address in Hibbing, doesn't have my address in Prescott, doesn't even have my address now. You have to get on sites and put all that crap in. I don't do that. And the site you looked at shows me still married to her. I'm not. And where that address, that's funny. Never lived there in my life. But I would like to know, what if my fans found your address and your house and where you live and started posting all this stuff about you on a site and then encouraging people to give you a hard time? Would you be comfortable with that? Would you? You better be careful about the stuff you do, because you are crossing lines. That is one thing that the paralegal told me today. That this is dangerous stuff here that he's doing. You're making implications that are not true. You are being totally unethical, totally immoral with the manner of writing that you've put down, complete with profanity, innuendo, sexual, sleazy junk. Would you want your son seeing that? Oh, I can hear it now. Would you want your son seeing? My son knows where I stand. He got upset when I was talking about his friend. And I fired right back at him and said, that's my right. You're my son. You bet I'm going to talk about your friend when he's doing this kind of stuff. Now it's a non-argument. Friend went away. My son's wisening up. No more discussion. Find peace. I know you're still milking this and having fun. See, I told you he'd delete everything. Do you know why I did that? Just to fire you all up. I deleted quite a few. I did it for a variety of reasons. One, to just go back and deal with the MGTOW thing. You know, let's get rid of all that. Two, I deleted all the videos not to hide anything, but to shut you down and your rolling toilet bowl conversation, Find Peace, with all my fans. If you really have the peace of God, why are you stirring up strife and hate and making venomous, forked-tongued comments at women? Could you look at that? It says in the Bible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with all men. Lore Master's attacking me, you're attacking me, and you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, keep doing it. And when you stop it, I stop it. I'm not firing my guns at you guys, but I have mounted a defensive. You guys want to crucify me for that? You go ahead, hypocrites. Neither one of you are men. You're not a man of God, Find Peace, and I don't know what Lore Master is. I'm still trying to decide if he's half ogre or half Neanderthal. I don't know what he is. Funny thing is, he looks a lot like a very good friend of mine. And my friend is a lot bigger than him, and he drives a truck. I don't look at his looks, but he's been my friend since 5th grade. My friend could clean that guy's clock. He gets in my pickup, and I can feel the right side of the pickup go down. But if he were to plant a fist, he could punch somebody's face in like a Cabbage Patch doll and drill it through that fence right there. I've got friends. I actually do. Not here. But I don't go around threatening people. I don't run around having people be my defense. But it's funny. My YouTube channel, all by itself, I've had people willingly volunteer information and tell me, say, I'm going to complain about this. I'm going to write this side. I'm going to do this. I'm going to dig around. I didn't put them up to it. You see, Lore Master, I have a fan base where there's a lot of people that actually care about me. I actually have a fan base that's privately told me, you know what, I think you should pull that video because people might take that wrong. And I have, and I've listened to some of those people. There's so much you don't know about me, partner. You want to focus on my transparency about sins? Wow. Let's put a cam in your house. Let's put a cam on you. I'll bet you $1 million you masturbate a lot. Especially since looking at you probably don't get a girlfriend. I'm sure you struggle with things. The whole MGTOW thing is a joke anyway. Men going their own way, but you sure talk a lot about women. You got all butthurt over a girlfriend that broke up with you according to one of your defectors. And that was told to me right on the edge of last summer. And if you noticed, I stopped talking about y'all and the MGTOW. I'm done. But you bet I had to address this. You and your silly little, ridiculously low-class trailer trash page. That's what it is. Your low-class trailer trash page on Encyclopedia Satanica. I talk about myself, and I talk about my viewers, and I talk about Americans, and I talk about people around the world, and I'm constantly drilling to the point that we all lose our focus. And we get this head of the pin mentality, and boy, do I see it in you. You're like somebody out in the woods on a rainy night who actually gets a spark and a little fire going. He's rubbing his hands going, ooh, I like that warm glow. You're getting off on this. You're truly feeding off this. You're like sharks when that cut up fish heads are thrown in the water. That's a disturbed individual, dude. You might want to check yourself. I'm talking to you, Lore Master. You're acting like a shark when chum's thrown into the water. That doesn't make you a man. That doesn't make you macho. That doesn't mean you're tough. It means there's something wrong with you that you're even wasting your time with a guy like me if I'm all that you claim I am. You're spending an awful lot of attention on a guy who's a pervert and a faggot and a nigger and all this stuff that you accuse me of. It's amazing to me. You're contradicting yourself, boy. You're contradicting yourself. If I'm such a scumbag, douchebag, loser, needs a dick in my ass, why are you here? You keep staying here because you're fixated on bringing me down. Why is that? Because you don't have peace, because something I said got to you and it's gnawing like a little termite deep in your heart. Go take that up with God, big boy. Not me. If something I said bothers you, push the X. Get out of there, go listen to music, drink your beer, and fantasize over all the pretty women you can't have. And believe in your mind all this crap about my fans. I'm not going to drag them into it. My fans, they're sick of you. One of my fans I know for a fact. I know his stats. He talks about being a bodybuilder. He could throw you in a trash can, buddy. Saying all my fans are ugly, fugly, fat. That no woman would want them, that these women can't get any men? You've got to be kidding me. Venus Star, my friend from Yugoslavia, Maharani, to name 3. And I'm not going to bring others into it because I don't want them getting attacked. None your business. This is from Oregon, I just found out. I wonder if that's the guy that was John Doe. The guy that made the threats on me way back when. I wonder if all these disenfranchised malcontents that wanted my phone number and wanted me to move and live in their town, and I said, no. And then they tried to control me, and I said, no. And then they got mad, and then they threatened me, and then they decided, you know what, I hate this guy. I'll tell you something that'll really shock you, Lore Master. I'm not into dudes. And I'm going to tell you something. Penis wasn't made for my butt. I've never even had a remote desire of doing that to a woman, a man, or having a woman or man stick a dildo or their thing in my butt. That is gross. Not into fudge packing. Sorry. I don't know what you hope to accomplish by this except just nothing short of evil. Immaturity, evil, hatred, demonic, satanically infested glee over what? Why don't you go buy a hot rod and sport out a car, or go get a pickup and body it out? Why don't you find something to do, little boy? Why don't you get a real hobby, or is this your hobby? You and the Satanic Seven. The SS. The new SS. You got so mad over that video I posted of the different ships sinking. You're so arrogant. Oh my gosh. That really bothered you, didn't it? All I did was put pictures. I didn't have any commentary at all. The picture becomes clear. You've got a megalomaniac complex. You don't have as many views as I do. You don't have as many subscribers as I do, and it really bothers you. Are you serious? It bothers you because a loser like me actually connects with people. And the only people you can connect with are malcontents that want to stir up a satanic frenzy. Way to go, Bob. I mean, I'm speaking truth, little boy. You're scary. You're scary because you're deluded. You're all into this. And you think that I'm going to be afraid and go away. And you think that that video I posted this morning, I put it up there for all of what? 10 minutes? And then I pulled it, and then I look on your site, and there it is. I'm like, I got him. Dude. You're the one running around in your underpants, not me. Here, let me do this one more time. Because you really like that. You really like that. Let's have an object lesson, Lore Master. Beads, right? Beads. Those are chain links. Each individual is a link forming a chain. Let me show you the different parts. That's an O-ring. That's a lobster claw. There's a little O-ring. There's a big O-ring. These aren't beads. And they're not made for your anus. Makes me wonder if you've done that. Did you stuff plastic jewelry up your butt? Did you do that? Do you like that? See, you're the chicken. You're the coward. You go onto another site, hide that site, and then other people, how long has it been up? I thought it was July 10th. That was an update. I'm going to tell you something. It's taken me a while to learn about this game, but you are not courageous. You're hiding in the shadows, attracting all your little demon-infested buddies, and encouraging them to show hatred, racism, homophobia, and you want to talk about politically incorrect. And everybody that looked at your site came away with the same conclusions, from the police to talking to the attorney's paralegal, to the people that own the house that you posted their address of. He happened to be on his computer. And they all said the same thing. How old are the guys that are doing this? I said, in their 20s. Do these guys have jobs? Do they have a life? Do they have a criminal record? Are they on drugs? I said, I have no idea. They said, this is like teenage rebellious crap. I said, yeah. Lore Master, I know that you'll have people that'll side with you. No surprise. We got 6-point-something billion people in the world. You always find any crazy to join your crew. Just like I've had a lot of people follow me on their own. Not coerced, not forced. My guys aren't trolling you. Do you notice that? Schultz left a comment, though. A pretty scathing one. And you removed the whole video. You're removing videos, too, aren't you? I tell you what, buddy. You could not stand up face-to-face with some of my viewers, because you've got a wrong notion. You think that they're a bunch of pencil neck geeks with thick glasses on my channel. I got news for you. You're wrong. We got people that are in the police force on my channel. We got people that are in the United States military on my channel. We've got Muslims on my channel. We've got bodybuilders. We've got cyclists. We've got bikers. Yeah, these are just the men I'm talking about. We got truckers and bus drivers. If I had enough money, I would give every one of them a round-trip ticket and say, let's all meet and have a conference. And I'd even send you one and say, come on and meet my fans. And you go ahead and say all that stuff to their face. Be fun. Because I don't think you do it. See, the crap you're doing on the internet, you're forming opinions that are dead wrong. My fan base of females are not 350-pounder women. Hate to burst your bubble, pal. You said you're 350 pounds, so little hypocrisy there, huh? Calling them fugly? You're amazing, dude. You're going down a toilet. You've been going down a toilet. You've been quiet for a while. Now you struck back, and now you formed this little secret site, secret society with all your little guys with no pictures, none of this, and all hiding behind their little thing. And I noticed you're not talking about me on YouTube anymore because you got spanked. And you got spanked because you were making false accusations against me, implying that I was molesting little children on a school bus. That was dumb. You can't do that. So now you go to a twisted site out of the country and do that. I thought you were all American, big boy. Why don't you get on an American site and do that? Made in the USA. You know you can't. Sweden will look the other way. They don't care about our country's laws. Dude, I'm all over this. But my viewers have all told me that you have made veiled threats at my son and my ex-wife, and I have made them apprised of that. You are a very foolish man. Very foolish man. You think I'm joking you? Keep doing what you're doing, and the trap of Pacific is going to go bam. And it'll be through the law. Keep it up. You go ahead and write your little laughters and all your things. I'm not going to look anymore. Stupid. Why don't you post your address out there, big boy, and your phone number? That phone number you posted, that number isn't there anymore. It's somebody else's now. That wasn't ever mine to begin with. You can attack me. You can disagree with me. Attack meaning meaning in a civil manner. I disagree with Pacific because, and spar and debate. As you start throwing addresses out there, you start throwing my son and my ex-wife. Yeah, I freely talked about the problems I've had with my ex. That's my legal right to do so. But you know what? Real men don't do that crap. Let me tell you something. If you were divorced, you had a son, I would never resort to that. I wouldn't bring them into it. Chicken boy. I don't bring other people into it. You're a child. Refer to my ex-wife as my bitch? Pacific learned something a long time ago, Lore Master, and it was this. You don't take on women. You got a problem with me, you deal with me. You talk to me. But you are going on and on and on, and you've shown my viewers your complete fixation for this. That's a sign of a disturbed individual, and you have no peace in your life. You're disturbed. You have mental issues. This video will be my last. I will be talking about other subjects, and we will be going into some biblical subjects, and I'm done with this crap. I'm done with Find Peace. I'm done with you. I said that last night. Yes, I did. And I deleted all those videos to stop this running dialogue. You know, Lore Master, if you're banned peace, why don't you get over it and put your real name out there, big boy? Quit hiding under all these aliases if that's what you're doing. Let me say that. If that's what you're doing. Then I have reason to believe you are. Christian Advisor, if you've come up with the moniker of Find Peace, why don't you stick with your namesake? And why don't you show your face? Comments are going to be disabled on this video and all videos from this point forward. And I will be looking into other ideas of having my own blog and a site where I can truly screen and kick off and block out anybody. I've already had several people offer to me ideas. But if you think you're going to kick me off YouTube, no. But I do want to control who can comment and who can cause trouble. In fact, anybody that wants to cause trouble, they're out of there. Trolls are babies. Trolls are immature little babies, and you're an immature little boy in what you've done. The content of that page is disgustingly childish. And it's not even childish. It's base. It's immoral. It's ungodly. It's crude. It's not even mature. You tell in your page against me that my fans aren't intelligent. Several people wrote me back on that and saying his fans aren't intelligent. Look at the crap he's posted in here. Can't spell properly. Making all kinds of allegations and lies and innuendos. And this is a guy who's butthurt over something. Do you see me making a page against you? I wouldn't waste my damn time over you. But yes, I do a video response to let you know what? If you think I'm trembling in fear of you, if you think that I'm going, oh no, I'm not. You're irritating, you're annoying, because I'm human and I have feelings too, and I can't believe the depths of depravity that you sink into to make a bogus bunch of bullcrap site, and you're enjoying every minute of that. That's a disturbed individual. Welcome to America. America raises people. You think you're more intelligent than my viewers, and that's the best offering you could come up with? I bet you're not making one dime on it. By the way, I got a message the other day from AdSense that said for me to open up something because there's money to pay me. Are you making money on that tripe? You need to look past yourself, dude. And you need to look past me, and you need to look at, in 20 years, what do you hope to accomplish with your life? Is your whole fixation on bringing me down? You're living on the head of a pin. How big is your world? That tells me you're miserable, tells me you're unhappy, tells me you're addicted to something, tells me that you've got a problem, that you're unemployed and you're malcontent, you're angry. You angry at your parents? See, you don't get on videos and be transparent and honest. You blast women, you defend MGTOW, but you're never going to be honest about who you are. My fans and I got that. But don't come on my channel and attack me because I'm not just like you. I fired back because you fired at me. Wake up. If you don't want me talking about you, quit trolling me. Quit making stupid, childish sites that are just disgustingly wrong. You know? But I'm not going to empower you anymore. I'm done with it. If somebody shows me that you're crossing a line again, then yeah, you betcha. But I'm not done yet. I'm still looking into things. This is ridiculous. End it. Move on. You drop it, I'll drop it. As simple as that. If you really want to lure all my viewers to your channel, maybe you ought to try doing something and getting real about yourself. Instead of doing what you're doing, because it's not working, dude. Oh, your views have gone up the last couple days. Big deal. Are you causing anybody to live a better, more productive life? Are you causing people to get over their problems with lust and masturbation? No. You're just trolling. You're just hating. You're promoting racism. You're promoting sexism. You're promoting a whole bunch of stuff. You're the one that's anti-women. Part of MGTOW's beliefs is I'm going my own way, but I can use a woman when I feel horny. Really? That's really valuing females, isn't it? And you attack me as hating all women. Gosh. You obviously aren't intellectual enough to listen to art of my videos. I've never said I hate all women. Never, never, never. You say he talks against faggots all the time. He must be a faggot. You're the one using the derogatory word. I'm not going to tell you what I believe deep down inside about you, because they're just my opinions, but I believe you're one disturbed individual who's been down many dark roads yourself. You can't believe somebody's been this honest. You hate me, so therefore you're going to have your little drawbridge up and play your little bully-rama game on the internet. Dude, that's not alive. Why don't you get out and drive trucks? Why don't you show me if you can drive a semi-truck? Why don't you get out and sling some 90-pound batteries around? Why don't you mentor some kids on a school bus? Why don't you go do some landscaping? Why don't you do the things I do? Why don't you find something you like productive instead of doing this? You're part of an increasing, growing, worldwide troll society because as our cultures are sagging more and more, people are giving up. They're drowning in their alcohol. They sit on their bed with their shirt off and make a video saying Pacific's a wiener. Find peace. I've got you by the short hairs, Find Peace. You won't give me the name of your pastor, won't give me the name of your church. Because you know deep down inside your pastor wouldn't endorse what you're doing. The internet is an interesting place because it reveals in every one of us our flaws. It revealed the Shia Coleman's. It revealed yours. Lore Masters revealed everybody. Uh-oh, Pacific's finding out who's thumbs upping the videos. I better ask him for his email so I can go and extricate myself from the hole I dug. Really? I see a whole web of interconnection here, and I had no idea what was going on. You think I didn't know there were people on my Facebook that were enemies lurking in there? I know who they are. That's all been revealed to me. That's why I shut it down. Not because I had anything to hide. I thought, you know what? If I'm going to have a personal page and a bunch of monsters are getting on here just to tattle on a picture I posted or something I said, forget that. Yeah, I really have a lot to hide, don't I? I've been very vocal about my struggles and this and that. I'm really hiding things, huh? What a joke. What a baseless charge. I'm amazed at how utterly mean, vindictive, and evil a lot of American boys are, and women, that their only focus is to attack, malign, bully, and keep on and on and on and on and on and dog people and hurt them and make them shrivel up. You're an internet bully, Lore Master. You're an internet bully. You're dogging people. That's not the sign of a mature mind. That's not the sign of an intellectual mind. That's not the sign of a Christian mind. And you sit there and you pull God in when it's convenient for you that God's going to get me one day. You don't even know God, big boy. That I can say. You are mean and hateful and racist and attacking people made in his image by calling them nigger, calling it JewTube. You're a bad, bad, bad blood guy. You showed yourself exactly what you are today. And there's nothing good there. Nothing good in you. You say I'm a despicable piece of humanity. You have helped nobody. You have done nothing for the good of anybody, and since you and I have met, you have been awful. Your hatred, your racism, the stuff that's all laced in that side against me is so telling of what you really are all about. One of these neo-Nazi skinhead people. Wow. And you're putting your videos on somebody else's site. Shoot, dude, you got a trail all over the place. You're leaving rabbit pellets everywhere, and all I do is follow it. I'm going to say it again, Lore Master. This isn't about a competition. If you want to keep thinking you've one-upped me, one-upped me, one-upped me, go ahead and breathe the fumes of your own BO, because that's all it is. You're just being evil. You're just being childish. You're just being unintelligent and immature, and your site posted for all the world to see is a reflection of a gutter ball mentality, of a toilet sewer rat mentality. There's nothing productive in that. There's nothing good in it. You didn't get on Wikipedia with that. You went on Encyclopedia Satanica, started by Joe Evers, a site by malcontents that want to be satanic and lie and malign and ha 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 he he he, and a bunch of demons cackle around a roaring fire. That's all it is. Kind of goes back to the ancient Norse gods and the Finlander and Swedish gods and sacrificing people in the fire and evil stuff. You start studying the Scandinavian religions, they were pretty dark and creepy, and you're falling right in line with that stuff. All your cut up nails and knuckles and stuff, if you start tracking down through the site deeper, and all your cronies and friends. And yeah, I agree with my Yugoslavian friend that this is nothing short of satanic, all of this stuff. So Satan's gnashing his teeth through you. My Bible tells me not to fear him. You're operating as one of his puppets, Lore Master. You can believe whatever you want, you can laugh, you can mock, you can keep on, but I'm going to tell you that from an intellectual basis, you're childish to keep doing this kind of stuff. If you don't like me, you've made your freaking point. Go away. Go find something constructive to do. Start making good videos. Start making videos talking about subjects dear to your heart. Quit this. You're not doing anything. You're not reaching anybody. You're reaching a bunch of malcontents. You're part of America's problem. You're part of a culture that's sliding down the toilet. You're part of a culture of hate. You're a part of a culture that promotes violence. You're part of a culture that promotes racism. You're part of a culture that promotes awful, awful stuff. If you're proud of that, there's definitely something wrong with you. I think I've shown you the door just in my comeback today. But you won't stop because you're goaded on by the devil. You're not goaded on by God. You're not goaded on by good, godly intentions. You're not. So what if Pacific masturbated? So what if Pacific had some curiosities about guys in the past? Who freaking cares? My fans don't. But in order to make your point so-called stick, you got to lie and stretch and twist and your little minor people stunt. You're the only one who's lying. You're the only one who's fabricating. You're the one that hid under minor people for a long time, and then you finally come out as Lore Master and say, well, he's my friend. And then you say, now it says on one of your sites, formerly minor people. How deceitful is that? Pacific's been real. Which tells me something about you. You don't like genuine, you don't like honesty, you don't like real. You like playing a game. You like playing chess on the internet. You think you're going to checkmate me. You think you're playing a chess game and you're going to knock all my pawns and all my fans off the table. There's something wrong with you, young man. There's something really wrong with you. I'm not here to knock you off. I don't care. You do what you're going to do, but I'm done with it. But you're crossing lines. I was told that today. You need to stop it. Instead of making an intelligent video debating why you don't agree with me on this point or that point, now you got to resort to stuff like that. Do you know what that tells my fans? And you know what that tells more mature people than myself? That you're a sore loser. That you can't argue from an intellectual basis. You can't. That you can't argue with a valid point. So you make a maligning, slanderous defamation of character site, attacking my ex-wife, attacking my son, the stuff you said. How low do you sink, young man? How low? Right to the level of the sewer, man. That's ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous. All the tapes are playing in my mind of some of the conversations that you had on your video. Why do you even come back? You're misunderstanding Lore Master, or you're misunderstanding Minor People. He doesn't hate you. You were talking about yourself. You're sure showing hate now. You said, why do you even come back? You have how many views, and you're way more than him. Why do you even care? Why did you even care to take me on when I did nothing to you? When I gave an injection shot into MGTOW because of my viewership, saying, hey, if they want to go to MGTOW, I don't blame them. And then you come and attack me? You didn't write me. You didn't write me and say, hey, you know, I think you could do better. No, your motive is clear, dude. You think you're Mr. Cool with the girls. You think you're Mr. Macho. You think you're such a man. You think you're a stud muffin. Then it bothered you that somebody like me, that you obviously think I'm an ugly dog, and you comment on my looks, which tells me you might have some homosexual tendencies, because I don't know why you're commenting on my looks. You shouldn't be commenting on my looks. You should be commenting on a woman's looks, not mine. There's something wrong with you, young man. You're starting to run around in your underpants, and you're starting to reveal more about yourself than you realize. You might want to cool it. I take one look at your video and I think, my gosh, you sure gained a lot of weight from last summer. What the hell is going on here? You drinking and drinking and drinking? You even getting any exercise? You working? It doesn't look like it. You're attacking me? You get back to me when you're 49 years old, chump. Let's see your physique then. I'm a small build guy, dude. But I'm going to tell you something. You don't got this, and you don't got this, and you don't have definition at all. Don't even start with me, boy. And I'm not playing tough guy. That's not it. But I happen to like the body I've been given at 49 years old. You need to learn to respect your elders, boy. Something you didn't get taught by your parents. You have no business coming on my channel talking to me the way you're talking. You hide like a little chicken, like a little coward pussy, and you sit there and make sights like that against me, and you just filthy, foul lie upon lie with profanity and sexual innuendo. Boy, you got a real fascination with that yourself, don't you? I don't even have the fixation with it the way you do. You go on and on about dicks and butts and penises and wow. I'm starting to get a picture of who you are by your fixation against me. What, were you upset because I didn't come on to you so that we could together? Was that it? You got to be out of your mind. I'm not saying that's it. I'm just saying you're making all of us wonder what is your deal. But you're definitely mental. Not intellectual, but mental. I know I'm weird. I know I'm different. It takes balls to get on here and say the things I've said. You can't do that. You can't. So you keep putting me down and you keep maligning and you keep defamationing my character. You keep doing what you're doing. But you haven't stood on any honesty, any intellect, anything of value whatsoever. What is your point in all this dogging and attacking me? Dude, there's 6 billion people in the world. Go attack somebody else. I'd like to take your overweight butt and take you to Hong Kong and the Philippines and see how far you get down there with the girls. You want to laugh at me? At least the pretty girls came on to me. I guarantee you they wouldn't look your way. That I can promise you. Why? Because I heard many girls say, man, the overweight guys in America, they're gross. I wouldn't want to date them. No. You go ahead and put me down. You go ahead and put down races. You're an idiot. You're rude. You think you're better than a black man? You call people nigger? Why don't you go down into South Central Los Angeles and do that, big guy? Why don't you come to Denver and do that in the black neighborhood and see how far you get? Putting down Jews, calling it JewTube? What do you got against Jews? What did they ever do to you, homie? Yeah, that stuff pisses me off. You're just a mouthy, overweight boy that has no life. That's it. And you're so fixated on me that you're just going to cross a line one day. You need to get off of it, dude. You're angry. You're a malcontent. You're promoting hate. And you're mocking and you're having fun with this. You keep doing it, and one of these days your mind's going to snap and you're going to cross the line and do something that'll end you up in a federal penitentiary. And so help me God, if it has anything to do with me, I'll be there in court saying, throw the book at him. You need to stop it, boy. Time to take your pull-ups off. Time to put on your big boy pants and grow the frick up. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care at all. Your waist is skin. You're the kind of American that I'm talking about. You're the kind of American that's bringing this country down. You're the kind of American that's with a plethora of trolls that promote hate, racism, and all kinds of crap by the page that you posted of me. If you expect me to talk positive about people like you and the things you're doing, guess again, bucko. I can't. There's nothing good to say about what you're doing. Nothing. Disagree with me all you want, but you resort to that? Grow up, little boy. Grow up. Why don't you show your science teacher that? Why don't you show your English teacher that? Why don't you go back to high school and ask your teacher if they'll give you an A+ for that? Yes, I talk about the school system in America and that it's jacked up, but I can guarantee that no teacher would endorse that. None. Unless they're a real putz. You see, I have acid tests that are sound. If you were to show my boss where I worked at, I like my boss because he tells it like it is. And if he saw that stuff, he'd say, what the hell is this shit? Yeah, I cussed. So who does this F-tard think he is? You know, Pacific's had his problems, but I've had a lot of friends who were twice my size that liked me because I was real. They never threatened me. I had a guy when I was in school named Alex. Prescott High School, there was some butthead that moved from Ouray, Colorado. Guy was an idiot. String bean green pole that was 6 foot tall. His locker was above mine. He'd shove his knee into my back. And I said, hey, you want to cool it? He'd tell me, F you. And I never did anything. He was just a bully. There's a guy named Alex. Big, 6 foot tall, big chested, bronze skin, Mexican guy. He was my friend. He always talked to me. I came into class all down. He said, what's going on? I said, man, and I told him. He said, F that. We go on break, go down to your locker, and I'll stand aside and let me see if he does it. Green bean pole from Ouray, Colorado, did that. Alex walked right up to him, shoved his chest right into him, said, you got a problem? No. He says, you touch my friend again, I'll break you in half. Guy never did it again. You're a fool, Lore Master. Because I got friends on my channel that are bigger than you, buffer than you, that if we were in real life, they'd show you the frickin' door. You have crossed line after line after line of ethics, morals, and attack on another human being. And you call me a disgusting human being and you want to take my channel down? Take a look at yourself. Show your mother your page that you made. Show your dad that. Show your aunt and your grandma too. If you've ever gone to a church, go show that to your pastor or your priest or your local police officer or your school teacher and see if they say, wow, that's really good, Johnny. People come on my channel and they may agree with it or disagree with me, but even my son's probation officer watched my channel because my son went to him and said, I'm tired of my dad saying all this. This was way back January. My son's probation officer watched the channel and he said, I don't see anything wrong with what he's saying here. My son had come back to me saying that his probation officer was against it, and I went and confronted him. He says, no. He said, your son was upset because you were talking about his friend. And I said, I don't see that your dad's crossing any lines here. And he said, that's your channel. I have nothing against you. He said, I didn't laugh at it or nothing. He says, actually, that's cool that you have a blog. I give you credit for having the guts to do that. Huh. So, you know, and he saw it. He watched quite a few of the videos I had posted. True story. He told me that. The people that have a problem with my videos are the ones that have a problem. Way before they came to my channel. The people that have a problem with my videos are people that are getting convicted by what I have to say. The people that have a problem with my videos, when somebody says, oh, he's always laughing at people that drive SUVs and speed, oh, God's going to judge them, ha. They're doing that because I hammered them. You're speeding, you're sinning. Instead of going, you know, he's right, I'm breaking the law. They writhe, you know, it's like when you kill a bug and it turns upside down. It's the way these people are when they hear something I say on this channel. But then those same people are running around waiting to find some inconsistencies so they can say, see, he discredits himself. I don't discredit myself. I'm speaking the truth. I talk about the truth about myself. Is there a contradiction to the way I walk? No. I'm being honest that I have struggles with certain things and I haven't arrived at a place where I'd like to be. But that doesn't mean I deny the truth. It doesn't mean I don't have a right to speak on the truth of my convictions and my passions. Lore Master, if you don't like my channel, can I tell you one more time? Go find something to do. Show us that you're going to make it. Go build a hot rod or go start an auto rebuilding store, something. But you're not going to sink the Pacific. Get over yourself. Get over your megalomania. You think I've got an ego? I'm not here to compete against you. I wish you had a channel that did well. You don't know my heart. I wish you had a channel that you had one video that I liked and I thought, wow, good for him. I wish he'd make more stuff like that. I agreed with it, dude. Why don't you stop and take a look at what you're doing and look at the difference between you and me? You are just evil. I want you to do well. But attacking and maligning me and bringing threats to my ex-wife and my son? Come on, dude. Take a look at yourself. I don't bring threats to you. I don't sit there and make a site saying that you play with your penis and balls all day and want a penis up your butt. Do you see me doing that? That's the difference between me and you. You have dogged me, you put me down, but just the proof of your site shows me a deeper problem that you have about you than I do with me. You're a vindictive, evil son of a gun. And you like that. And you get off on that. That's why I talk about American culture. I grew up with that all my life. Boys on the playground, ha ha ha, look at his thick glasses, rubbing my face in the sand, doing all the horrible things they did. Wow. You call that the American way? Just remember, buddy, the day's going to come when somebody might do that to you, even as an adult. All this racism you're promoting, one day an invading army could come down and say, oh, you're an American? Just remember the Japanese set Americans on fire by throwing gas on their head. They hated us back in World War II. The hate you're promoting will come right back on your head one day. I promise you. I promise you. Not by me, but it'll come on you by somebody bigger than you, tougher than you, and has got the means to carry it out. You're bringing that on yourself. When you live in a culture of hate, when you live in a culture of lies and slandering people, do you think that God's going to sit there and go, boy, I'm so proud of Lore Master? You're putting your own noose around your own neck, dude. Pacific isn't promoting that kind of stuff. You are. You're a threat to humanity, young man. I don't know what is going on in your life. If you need a freaking job, come to Denver. I'll help you get one. But my gosh, what you're doing now, you need to stop it. Grow up. Get over yourself. And if you don't like me, shut the door on my channel and move on. Show us something. Show us what you can do. Show us that you can have a better channel and a better life and a better career and more intellect. Show us. I tell my son that all the time. Don't talk about it, do it. And I tell you the same thing. Instead of promoting a culture of anti-Pacific racism and hate, why don't you promote a culture of something good? So what if I talk about American women? You do the same thing. I just looked on your site today, and the first video I pull up is something against women. So what? You're being a bit hypocritical, big guy. I think I've been very reasonable in this video to you, but you disgust me. Because you're not soaring with wings of eagles. You're not maturing. You're not growing. In the year since last summer, you have spiraled down. Take a look in the mirror at yourself physically. Take a look at your site. Stand outside of yourself and say, is that really something that's adult? Is it? I'm going to share something with you, Lore Master. I was at a Focus on the Family pro-marriage rally down at the Denver Capitol back in early 2000. And invariably, there were so many people around. After I found a place to park, I went up there and I found out I was on the wrong side. And I suddenly realized, whoa, I'm on the wrong side of the deal. And all these gays are screaming and yelling. at the people, the dignitaries and the staff in suits and ties, speaking kindly and saying, we believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman. And the homosexuals are saying, put a penis up your ass, put a dick up your ass, blah, 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 why don't you play with your balls? Are you getting the connection, big guy? You're doing the same thing they are. I wonder if you're the one that's gay. I wonder if that's why you're yelling and screaming at me about my homosexual stance and secretly wishing that I was just like you. I don't know. But you're sending just enough mixed signals that all of my fans are writing me saying, what is this guy's problem? I said, I have no clue. Dude, I don't know when you're going to get over it. This isn't a competition between Loremaster and Pacific. You're making it that. You are. I use the analogy of a ship because a ship is enclosed. A ship doesn't own the world. The ship is its own thing sailing on the oceans of the world. Take the analogy to heart, buddy. I have a steel hull around myself because I've been hurt and wounded in life, and I know you could give a crap about that. I like ships in the sea. You want to take all your U-boats out and try to sink me, I don't know what your point is. I'm not a megalomaniac, dude. I know how many people I have, and I know that I wish that I could have millions more, and it will never happen. It's a hobby. It's a way to vent. It's a way to be me. It's a very unconventional approach to my channel. If you want to dog me for my immoralities and my struggles and put me down for my looks, that's more telling about you having a problem and less about me. If I can't appeal to you any other way, I'm going to appeal to you from if you have any brain cells or intellect or heart inside of you. Take a look at what you're doing and stop it. Bury the hatchet and grow up. Find a way to make peace with the situation and move on. You're not being productive in a good way. You're looking for attention and you're getting negative attention, which tells me you had a very bad childhood. Don't look in on mine. I can tell by the way you're acting. You did not grow up in a very functional home. Because if you grew up with a loving father and a loving mother who are examples of good parents, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. I've been around enough students to figure that out in life, dude. Stop attacking me. You and I actually might have more in common than you realize. We're both humans and we've both been through stuff. But I can tell you this again. You've got your little drawbridge up and you don't want anybody to know what's inside of you. Get over yourself, dude. Quit being a typical American male and playing this little peacock game. No, I don't want to be your friend. I'm not trying to get on your good side. Not at all. I don't like you. I don't like you at all. I don't like what you've done. I don't like the way you present yourself. I don't like the sleazeball, disgusting sewer rat level you've taken this. Why would I? Why would I? You know, you feed off of this and all you trolls laugh. Oh, he's commenting. What did you expect me to do? Be quiet? If I'm quiet, oh, he's not dealing with this. He must be scared. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's trolls. That's Satan, dude. Always waiting to condemn. If I don't do this, I'm condemned. If I do this, I'm condemned. Can't win with you clowns. For your own mental sanity, if you really want to grow up in life, take a look at what you're doing and move away from this. If you're trying to prove something to all your little friends out there, get over it. Go find some better friends than that, dude. Start hanging around people that help you to grow. Because you're not growing, dude. You've sunk. You've gone down the toilet. That's why I speak about American culture. American culture is destroying us, dude. It's destroying you. That's why I talk about feminism. That's why I talk about, yes, pornography, which I've looked at. It's affected us all. And I look at what you're doing. There's a whole bunch of teens and 20-something-year-olds getting on the internet going, Beavis and Butthead stuff. Are you proud of that? I remember when South Park and Beavis and Butthead and all that stuff came out, I'm like, we're just descending. I remember when Roseanne came out. Sarcastic, smart mouth, fat lady. Is that what you want to be? Yeah, I talk about America. When I see the direction we're taking, when I see what you're doing as an American, a flag-waving, saluting American, land of the free, home of the brave, and you're using your freedom to do this? And you call yourself brave when you hide behind IDs and monikers and you're men are people, but you're really lore master, and you're offended because I have more views and I came after men are people, which was really you? The picture's becoming clear. Thank you for making it clear. You need help. I don't want to mock you. I don't want to go around with you. I want you to end it. Stop it. But you won't. You're disturbed. You've shown that to my viewers. You don't know my viewers. Some of them are school teachers, dude. Some of them are truck drivers. Some of them are law enforcement. Some of them are in the military. Some of them do office jobs. Some of them work at Walmart. And one by one, in rank, file, and parade, they're writing me saying, Lore Master has crossed the line. Lore Master is unethical. He's disgusting in what he's done. The level at which he stooped is nothing short of disgusting. And it tells more about him and less about pointing a negative light on you. If that's what you want to do to get hits on your channel, how frickin' sleazy is that? I don't make this video to get hits. I don't care if only one person watched it and it was only you. I'm not looking for the number of views when I make a video. I'm speaking from my heart, and whatever the views end up to be, that's what they end up to be. But I'm going to take my channel in a different direction. Starting with no more comments for a long time. Because when the trolls can't leave comments and war back and forth with my fans, they'll find somewhere else to stir the pot. Then if they want to go out and make 10,000 sites and then do that and make 10,000 videos attacking me, there are some people that have actually come to me saying, I got on your channel because this guy was attacking you, I wanted to see what it was all about, and after listening, I'm like, gosh, you're pretty good. I don't know what these guys' problem is. You're kind of doing advertising for me. But if it makes you feel warm inside, it makes you feel good that you're attracting all these malcontents of hate and racism, and we're going to get this guy. He's an a-hole. Look at him. He's a geek. Look at his glasses. Look at his retarded chain. Hey, you know what? Is that the best you can do? Just like the Democrats. Do you notice when the Democrats and the liberals are losing, they resort to name-calling? Do you notice you're doing the same thing? Anal beads? Lore Master, really? What are anal beads? Are they something you play with up your butt? What are they? But I have to tell you and my viewers again, an object, these are chain links. This is a chain necklace, not anal beads. I've never heard of anal beads. Could you enlighten us as to what they are and how you knew about them? Is that a toy you play with? Sorry, Pacific doesn't stick anything up his butt except toilet paper. And not up it. Just swipe and wipe. I don't know why you have stooped to such crass, crude, disgustingly perverted, nasty innuendos. But thank you for showing me a window of who you really are. It's a very ugly picture of yourself. Far worse than my sordid confessions. Hands down. Hands down. I'm done with it, buddy. I'm done with it. If I were to post your site on the national news on a site like Dateline, I believe that there'd be a lot of Americans that would look at that and shake their head and go, that is disgusting. Which is more telling that even I know there's some Americans that would not put up with what you're doing. I told a 67-year-old man who's got more strength than you do and works harder than you do and is doing something productive every day about you and what you've done. He responded, he says, what an a-hole. I said, pretty much. And he said, yeah. He said, they can defame you, they can slander you, they can do stuff. He says, the only time they can do anything is if they make direct threats at you. I said, yeah. Pretty sad, isn't it? So you go ahead and put a feather in your cap, call it macaroni, sing your little song, and think that you're doing well. Look at the people you're attracting. Look at the kind of people you're hanging out with. You can laugh at my God. You can call me a disgusting human. And your page is out there for everybody to see. Edited again and again since 4 a.m. this morning, Colorado time, by you. Videos pulled down off your site when some of my viewers who have a big pair of balls showed you the door, and you suddenly delete the video, taking the comments with it. You got something to hide? Maybe you do. The bottom line is, dude, is you declared war on me. I was sailing my ocean out here in YouTube land, and you declared war under the name and guise of men or people, and you've been doing it ever since, and then you build satanic, little demonic, twisted sexual sites like that against me. No one in their right intelligent mind is going to defend you on that. The kind of people that are defending you are people that are seriously, emotionally, and mentally disturbed, godless souls headed for hell on the Hell Express. Find peace? He doesn't have any. His relentless, ongoing saga of continued mounted attack against me is become, to all of my viewers that are my faithful fans, has become to them nothing short of ridiculous. Your name is completely hypocritical to what you're doing. You're not. The Bible says, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with all men. You're dogging me, and you're dogging my fans and attacking them. You don't know your Bible, big boy. You don't. Two guys, opposite ends of the spectrum. One guy who doesn't show his face, calls himself a godly saint, asking for women to send them a video of herself holding up a high-fine peace sign, when Pacific has never solicited a woman to send a video of herself to me. Wow. Find peace. There's an unwritten rule in the United States that you don't attack women like you're doing. It's one thing for me to speak out against the culture and the way women have become and the things that aren't very nice about them today, but you're attacking a couple of godly women on my site. You attacked Emily, you attacked Venus Star. That's wrong. You don't know Venus Star at all. If you were to follow her around, you wouldn't be able to get dirt on her, because she lives her life way more godly than you do. You're mean, you're vindictive, and you speak with a very, very, very diabolical tongue. There is no difference between the two of you. You might not be using profanity, but you're accusing me of the same stuff that he's accusing me of: sexual innuendo, writing privately and personally, and entertaining gossip from other so-called women. And I'm pretty much sure that all of it is completely baseless. A simple guy starts a YouTube channel, and I cannot believe the drama that is spun off of it. Not because I made it, but because people are taking it upon themselves to attack with a vengeance. When one man says, "I will not stop until you're gone," that's a Jeffrey Dahmer mentality. That's a Green River Killer mentality. Start reading about convicts and serial killers. They started with that same kind of mind. Lore Master. I've read about him. Charles Manson, others. They all started with that hate, that bitterness, that fixation. Then he kills Sharon Tate. Then he kills other people. You better check yourself, because Pacific isn't out there promoting that. I have my problems, but I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. You guys, both of you are disturbed. And both of you guys, if you're not careful, you guys are going to make the national frickin' news someday. It's going over the edge and doing something crazy. Because you're promoting a culture of hatred. It's not peace. It's not the joy of the Lord. It's not good. If you hate me, go away. You've made your little point. You've yelled and screamed and stamped your feet and you wet your pants and got your undies in a bunch and you've told everybody what a piece of trash I am. Now move on. Take a look at yourself, Find Peace. Take a look at yourself, Lore Master. Take a long look at yourself and ask yourself, why do you keep harping and harping and harping and harping and harping? Now I'm going to control the comments. There will be none. And I'm not going to my inbox, people. I've got too much to do. I don't have time to read all of those. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell my own fans this. I'm going to disconnect from my viewers, like a lot of channels actually do. There's a lot of channels out there that disable the comments, and they've got millions of views. I think it's time for me to start doing the same. It's not that I'm being rude, but I can't be personable to everybody. I have seen that being personable, I have seen that being vulnerable and being honest has resulted in complete, outrageous attacks against me. And as a result of that, it's time for me to put the Pacific Ocean Superliner in dry dock, sand the hull, scrape the paint, replace some of the rotted deck boards, and make some changes. We've been out in the ocean for a while, and there's rust streaking the hull, and I've picked up some bad habits, and I've given way too much damn attention to the trolls. Again, sucked in. Because I played the little game that I've got to have the last word. And I won't have the last word. Find Peace and Lore Master will go on and on and on, just like the Lamb Chop song. This is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Let them. God will have the last word over both of them. And he will shut them both down eventually. That is a fact. That is an undeniable fact. He'll shut us all down. One day Pacific Ocean Asia won't be here anymore. I'll die. I might get disinterested in doing this altogether. But I'm done trying to have the last word with the trolls, because the trolls feed off of this. The trolls feed off of you, my fans, giving them attention. I'm not going to mention names, but some of the honest intentions, the sincere, well-meaning intentions of my fans and myself of trying to take on these trolls has resulted in feeding their fires. So my message to my fans is this. When they make stuff, don't go to them. Complain about their site. Go direct to the site hoster and say, hey, this isn't true, this is offensive, this is bad. State your case intellectually and see what they do. Don't fight with them. Don't argue with them. Pretend they're not there. Don't engage with them. Don't talk to them. Don't look at them. Just as my friend at work said, the sad fact is, Pacific, if you engage with them, they get off on that. You have to disconnect from them and let them say whatever they're going to say. And if they keep their little stupid, rabbit-infested comments over and over, they're going to get tired of it because you're not responding. And the reason that they've stepped up their game is because Pacific's subscriber base is growing, because people are liking my channel, because they're not getting the attention that they're demanding over at theirs. So now they're stepping up the game and being more vitriolic, more slanderous, more evil. And I know their intention of doing it, to hurt me, to make me feel bad, to make me fear, to make me do a host of things and just give up and go away. That's why I made that video. Loremaster fell hook, line, and sinker for it. I made it, posted it for 10 minutes, I took it down, and sure enough, he's got it on his site. Go look, it's there. Oh, I'm glad I kept a record of it. I already knew you were downloading the stuff. I wasn't trying to avoid you from doing that. I think it's humorous. You think you're smart. You're not. My intention in making that video is I was going to go away for 2 weeks and let everybody think, oh my gosh, he went, he left. And just as the celebrations start to die down and a few weeks go by, I was going to come back. Hi, everybody. It's me, Pacific. No, that was exactly my intent. My intent also was to see if Loremaster was awake at that hour and updating his site. Then my friend in Yugoslavia says, look, he just changed this. Look, he just changed that. I'm like, whoa, he's editing away here. Then he posts that video. I'm like, yep, you're right. I just did an experiment. It worked. I'm not going to copy and paste my conversations about this stuff, but it's all there in Skype when I Skyped her. Find peace. My friend in Yugoslavia did not make that site. Nice try. That woman has way more integrity than you do. By a long shot. Anybody that aligns himself with any of you guys, you're not a friend of mine. You're not. I don't care if you had a good channel or good videos. If you align with that and those sleazy tactics, go away from me. The only way things are going to be repaired is if you want to mature and show Christian maturity and say, you know what, I shouldn't have done that. I don't expect everybody to think just like me. And the accusation that's made that I block everybody that disagrees with me, what a lie. Go look on my Chinese are rude in Hong Kong. Go back to numerous videos where atheists disagree. And if they're polite about it, I let the thing stand. But when they start saying F you comments and you're a dork and a geek, yeah, see ya. Loremaster, Find Peace, and others, they've resorted to complete immaturity in their attack against me. Lying, slandering, false accusations, innuendos, sexual stuff. There's more rated R material on the site that Loremaster made against me than what I had on my Tumblr account with topless women. Unbelievable. No, you won't see pictures, but the text is awful. And what's funny is, wow, people are dogging me as this bad guy that looked at pornographic images. They're doing the same thing themselves, downloading them on their site, posting them on a video attacking me, and then writing text that is literally rated R. I hope you told, I hope on your site there, Loremaster, you said no one under 18 admitted. Yeah, it concerns me when people stoop to such a low-level sleazeball tactics. I never expected that one. But that wised me up today and said, okay, this is telling of who they are. This is telling of the kind of people we're really dealing with here. And I need to wise up and I need to make my mind mature and say, hey, you know what? Anybody who resorts to that is not mature, is not adult, is not growing, is not on the high road. Consider the source, Pacific. So, I know my viewers will get mad. Man, we like the commenting. If you're here to watch my videos, you'll still be here. You don't need to comment on every video I leave. I can't keep up with all that as it is. And I'm going to end my responses. So if everybody says your inbox, I don't even go there all the time. I've only been going there because people have been posting, you need to check your inbox. I'm done with it. Why? Because I focus on a lot of negative stuff when I talk on my videos, but I also focus on positive. It's Friday night. I'm going to put my laundry in the dryer, and I'm going to go listen to Kim Hill, Inside of You. And I'm going to try to get my mind geared more towards on whatsoever things are noble, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are good, and of good report, think on such things. Sometimes I've had enough of the negativity. I don't want to read all these comments about so-and-so and so-and-so is doing this and this. I don't want to hear it anymore. I got the fact that there's a whole bandito tribe of enemies out there that hate my guts and are posting this and that. Well, you know what? Monkeys poop in their hand and throw it, and it sticks wherever it sticks. I don't want to hear it anymore, fans. I'm not putting my fans down, but please understand me. And for some of those that are my closest friends, you wrote me email after email, and you expect me to read all that in the midst of all that's going on and all the Skype messages. Stop it. I'm going to tell my women friends something. I told you I hate typing, and all you guys do is type. Talk to me. I'm not typing anymore. I'm not going to read 99 paragraphs of emails and this and that and your opinions, and I'm done. I don't have the time when I get inundated. This has been a good thing. It's cleansing the superliner. It's taking stock of some of the things I've done that have created a freaking firestorm out there that said, okay, everybody's getting upset about a topless picture. We won't do that anymore. Wow. Find peace. Are you happy? You've made your rant. You've made such a scene. You've dragged all these other people into it. Don't worry. There won't be any more pictures anywhere, okay? If you noticed, I changed my YouTube monitor from the big busted India woman who was hot looking to the Queen Mary smashing over the Caraco. It's a nice picture. In light of what's going on, I'm going to still sail on. And it's not me being tough, but it's the truth that's crushing people. That's why people are reacting the way they're reacting. They get butthurt over the things I say. They don't like the things I say. Despicable human being. Yeah, I'm out killing people. Give me a break. I don't rape people. I'm not a pedophile. I don't kill people. I don't plot people's death. I'm just an average guy who is a little bit different than the mainstream and doesn't fit in. And I started a channel, and look at all the spin-off from this. Amazing to me that you all are giving me so much damn attention. If I'm that disturbed and that messed up, why do you keep coming back for more? Sheesh, start singing to you the safety dance. Maharani told me a while ago that she read an article that people that spend time on the internet start exhibiting mental illness. That really came to my mind today. I'm going watching what my viewers are doing, some of them, and going, yeah, you know, there might be something to that. That we're living in a culture that they can't check themselves and say, hey, you know, I'm getting too carried away with this. They're riding on this wave of power. Oh, I'm getting to them, and getting all my little grubby, dirty, filthy friends with me to go, yee. Do you see what's happening? The internet's destroying us, folks. If you let it. Wow. It's like, what is that? A hole? It's an interesting warp in the wood. Right there. Let's see if I can point at. Oh, it's hard to train your finger to go the opposite way of what you're looking at. There you go. Right there. On a positive note today, something did happen. I had a good day at work as usual. I like working for the people I work for. It's nice to get a break from the other job. One of my viewers said, why don't you stick with the truck dealership? I'm thinking about it. If they'll let me, if they want me to, if there's enough work. But I don't know, I'm getting thin-skinned on the cold. I don't know if I want to be changing 90-pound batteries when it's 10 degrees out. As I was walking to my truck today, after my shift, I saw two rabbits scampering by and chasing each other, and it was so cute. And I thought of Maharani. She loves rabbits. And I felt sad. Because Pacific realizes there's a lot of broken people in this world, and a lot of them are us right here on the internet. And it's horrible what humans do to each other on this internet. It's horrible what Maharani's own family's done to her. I care about that woman. She's not perfect. She has her problems, but I really fell for her. And seeing those rabbits made me sad. This world is pretty evil. It's very mean and vindictive. And people get off on that. American culture seems to promote that more than anybody else these days. And it's sickening. It bothers me. I'm not happy about that. I'm still like a kid, you know. I like trucks. For crying out loud, I grew up on Green Acres and Andy Griffith and Leave It to Beaver. And now it's Beavis and Butthead, and it's bad. It's changed. And it's very dark watching this play out on the internet. But then it also reminds me that I have to thicken my skin a little bit more and step up to the game and say, okay, this is the world we're living in. Are we going to let them push us off the cliff? Well, we shouldn't. All that's necessary for evil to triumph is when good men do nothing. I'm not going to go away unless God has me to or I want to. But I am looking into creating another site somewhere. And I will only invite those that I know can be trusted. So I don't care if I have all the views. It's not about the views. If I can reach a few people that are quality people, like the good people on my channel, Laidlow, Schultz, Eric, Pyramid, Venus, Emily, Carrie, my friend in Yugoslavia, and a host of others, lots of others that I've failed to mention, Dude, and Dark, and all the different ones out there. I actually find meeting men on my channel that are the kind of men I wouldn't mind being friends with because they're men. I didn't grow up with a good dad. I didn't grow up with a good role model. And Loremaster wants to make fun of that on my page, but watching the way he's behaving, he obviously didn't grow up with a good father or mother either. That's very evident when you look at the page he put together at a 20-something-year-old adult. When I have a friend in Perth, Australia, who's from Singapore, who's 21 years old, who has more maturity than him, you got to wonder, what is the U.S. turning out? More trolls? More Neanderthal, hateful, racist, awful, gutterball people that go to the sewer as fast as they can? Yeah, the answer to that is yeah. Crazy. Pacific Ocean Asia's tired of it. And it's time for me to admit something that I didn't want to admit, and I started to see it. That a very inordinately high percentage of people that are on YouTube and on the internet and spending a lot of time on here are messed up individuals. That's been told to me over and over and over. There's been studies about it. And I shouldn't be surprised. I have overreacted to the people because I tried to believe these were normal, sane human beings, and I'm starting to realize, no, they're not. These are disturbed individuals. These are people that got the makings of a psychopath or a sociopathic killer. These are the kind of people that will snap one day if they don't get off this bent of theirs. I'm trying to negotiate with people on meds, people addicted to alcohol, people smoking pot. I'm trying to negotiate in a sea of people who descend onto the internet because you can do it from the safety of your own home. And people that are smoking pot and in their vices and habits sit and camp on this going all day long. Why am I trying to negotiate with people like this? And just because somebody claims they're some righteous zealot for Jesus, they're exhibiting the same behaviors as all these other people that are on pot, drugs, or not taking their medications. I learned when I was in the chat room, it dawned on me that most of the women in chat were fat, unless they were the Asians coming in. Most of the people that I knew in the chat room were on meds or on crack cocaine or whatever, and I met very few people in there like myself that were just normal people. And finally, a guy wrote me, he says, "Man, is it just me, or did we walk into the asylum?" And I said, "Yeah." It was honest people like me who were bored went in there thinking you could meet some intelligent people. Boy, were we wrong. I only met a handful of decent people in chat, most of them from across the ocean. The Americans that were in there were malcontents, unemployed, and on meds. And I'm finding the same thing shows up on YouTube. I'm not implying that my fans are that way, but the bulk majority of these trolls that are attacking me, they fit all of that description. There's something to think about. And that's why I need to move the site. I can't move this, but I can cap it and we'll start again somewhere else. And we will not be posting a YouTube video giving people a heads up as to where. I'm done. I'm on lockdown now. I put it on there. I'm going to hand pick who comes to my new venue, whenever that should be. And I have told one person already, I will tell you, you pick the people that you know can be trusted. Do not make this public. Am I afraid? No. I don't want these people dragging their troll carcasses on there. I want a site that's pure filter. Pacific can say what he needs to say, and the people who want to see it and get something out of it can come. You notice that, I'll see like a nice classical production on YouTube, and there's always the butt scut that get in there, the AKA poopy doo that lone, false piece put out there. I'll see a classical piece, and you'll scroll down the comments, and you'll see the mature people, and you'll see this is gay. Gee, here's somebody who doesn't appreciate classical music. This is probably about a 20-something-year-old loser. Sadly, in closing on this video, I have started to realize that YouTube is not the highest place that I could have a video forum. It's entry level for anybody, trolls included. I had somebody months ago write me personally and say you need to get off YouTube because you're better than this. I'm starting to take your advice to heart. Those that know me and have my email and have direct contact with me through Skype will think tank as to where to go. But Pacific Ocean Superliner's tired of sailing in oil-polluted waters. It's time to pull up anchor. It's time to get out of here. Not because I'm afraid, but because YouTube, I'm not blaming YouTube, but YouTube seems to attract a lot of the manure-feeding flies that just come for the sole purpose of attacking and starting a shark frenzy over chum in the water. The Bible says, do not cast your pearls before swine, and I clearly see that the kind of people attacking me, I'm casting my pearls before swine because they're acting like pigs. My channel is not for the immature, rude, hateful, crude, racist people. My channel is for people who want to keep it real. Excuse me. But I do believe it's time for Pacific Ocean Superliner to move on and start a new forum somewhere else. I've noticed that there's been an increase in the negativity showing up. So much so that other people I know that have had channels that aren't as honest as mine, and they're getting attacked Maharani was tore up when she tried to have forums just on non-YouTube sites. She said it brought her to tears, and I said, they're internet bullies, man. So the only remedy for that is to go on a site where you can block them all and keep them off of there and turn them in, and that site says out, and they'll shut down their account. YouTube's not doing that anymore. They are, but we don't know what the criteria is. So, this might just be my last video on this site, but I had to speak out. And no, I'm not saying that. I'm seriously considering that this may be the cap of this saga called YouTube. And we will launch, after dry dock, our ship in another ocean where the waters are a little more friendlier than this thing. So, for those that have been my faithful fans, thank you. For those who have gotten something out of it and you've deeply encouraged me, thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for showing up. And I will be honest with you. It's not that I'm afraid. That's not it. It's just that I'm tired. I'm tired of battling all the evil that has descended with only one motive: to hate, to bring me down. And it's not that I'm giving in to their wishes. It's that I'm realizing, no, Pacific Ocean Superliner is not coming to an end. But he's docking this one. YouTube, the voyage is over. It's been fun. It's been stressful. I've met a lot of wonderful people, friends that I still have to this day that I will keep in personal contact with, but I'm done. It's time to find another port that's welcoming, another place where I have more control over who gets to be on it. So, Pacific this time is bidding adieu to farewell. And this just kind of came as I was talking about this. I am bidding adieu to YouTube. When and where I'll go, I don't know. There's one person whose name will not be mentioned that I've already told him that I will tell you as soon as I find a place. And you'll be the first to know, and you can invite only those that you know are trustworthy. Some of you that are there may get lost in the shuffle, not because I didn't pick you. It's that I can't keep up with who's who. But please understand my point of view, that reading this filth, reading the negative comments, the crazy things that people say, that stuff doesn't help me grow close to God. It's depressing. And I don't want to see that stuff. Anyways, this is Pacific signing off. And as in the tradition of the old ships, bye-bye.